Wow, yellow Porsches. Or one yellow Porsche, one yellow Corvette. See, I could have just pulled a Yami noob back there, but I didn't. Street Rossi around this car coming out of the tunnel and hit a yellow Porsche? No thanks. There's only room enough for one YouTuber to pull some shit like that, and it won't be this guy. A whole group of guys. I like it. Love seeing people out riding. Beautiful day for it. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to start doing my reverse camera mount again. So enjoy the scenery from both angles, because the best one's right here, guys, right here. Ladies and gents, we're going to talk about something that's very important today. I didn't want to call anybody out. I mean, I'm a small-time YouTuber, so what's it going to hurt anyway? But I hate calling people's names and things out, but I'm sure you all have seen by now the Yami noob accident or heard about it. I mean, it sucks, you know. I was keeping my mouth shut like a lot of other people. Not going to say anything about it. But I found out the other night through Instagram that, you know, yeah, he made a bad decision, whatever. You know, we all do it. I've done it. God knows I've done it. But the problem is when he made that decision and with the outcome that happened, he was not prepared for the consequences. And through this Instagram post, I learned that he did not have, this person doesn't know where they're going. He did not have a valid driver's license. It was suspended. But not only that, but he was only covering the minimum insurance, absolute minimum. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, hey, you know, insurance is really expensive on a motorcycle. And yes, it is. If you're on a sport bike, even this Z650, it's fairly expensive to carry complete coverage. If you don't want to pay for comprehensive and collision, that's fine. That's not going to replace your bike if you trash it. But you need to make sure that you have the upper liability limits. Because if you hurt or damage anyone else or their property, guess what? Your insurance. That's all that stands between you and getting your ass sued off. Now, personally, I carry full coverage on all vehicles. Everything. Motorcycle, car, truck, Jeep, everything. I have full coverage. I have an 86 Nissan hardbody that has comprehensive and collision on it. And I keep that coverage. It's dirt cheap because it's such an old vehicle. I love that truck, but it covers theft. I carry a lot of cool shit in that truck. Go camping, kayaking. I have a nice kayak, camping gear, things of that nature. If it gets stolen out of it, I want it covered. The same thing goes for my motorcycle. You know, I want it covered if it's stolen. I'm not worried so much about me trashing it, wrecking. I mean, it can happen. But it's more likely with my riding habits that it'd be stolen before I would total the bike. At least I want to think that. So what upsets me is that he has such a broad viewer base and is such a huge impression on younger people that are going to start riding, and they see the actions and the way he rides. And what happened was he totaled a guy's Porsche. Now, a lot of you are going to say, yeah, well, the guy that owned the Porsche, he can afford to replace it. My God, he had a Porsche. I saw somebody leave a comment that said, your car costs more than my house. You can afford another one. Really? Let's explore this. That was a 2006 Cayman S. When it first came out, it was probably, what, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 car. You know, I'm not up to date on my Porsches. But I looked up the value of that car. And they have a GoFundMe for the guy who owned the Porsche that was driving it, because he got injured fairly badly. It ruptured several discs in his back, and pretty much because Yoshimura was a noob on insurance, pun intended, that he's done. I mean, it's pretty much went through everything it's going to pay for that guy's medical bills, and that guy's still having to go for treatment. His car will not be replaced because he exceeded the amount of the insurance. Now, a 2006 Cayman, this guy was still making payments on it. He's probably like you and me and anybody else that always wanted an exotic sports car, and the poor guy finally got into a situation where he could go out and buy one and enjoy it and be happy. And you know, it's a 10-year-old, 11-year-old sports car that he's making payments on. He just bought the thing not long ago, like 6 months ago or something, they said. So he's obviously not extremely wealthy like a lot of you would figure. And even then, the value on that car is only around 30 grand. 30 grand. The Jeep in my garage is worth more than that Porsche that got totaled. And Yoshimura was out showing his ass on expired or restricted, revoked license with not enough insurance to cover himself. So it's important, guys, if you're going to be out on the roads, if you think you're going to street Rossi, you better cover the insurance. You don't have to get comprehensive collision, all that good stuff. Just make sure you got enough liability. And on top of that, you can get an umbrella policy that will cover not only your automobiles, any property. It covers yourself. If you're responsible for injuring someone or malicious intent, anything like that, an umbrella policy will cover you once your regular liability coverages are exceeded, your home, vehicles, whatever. So you should look into getting that. My wife and I, we carry an umbrella policy. Just to throw some numbers out there, we are by no means wealthy at all, but it depends on how many total policies you're covering or carrying with whatever insurance company you go through. That gives you a reduced rate on it. Your credit, things like that, you know. But we have $1 million umbrella policy that costs us like $220 a year. $220 a year. That covers any kind of beyond normal liability coverage, lawsuit, whatever. If my wife is texting and driving and runs over someone on the sidewalk, we're gonna get sued. We're covered. Well, the lawsuit will be a lot less severe than the ass chewing I will give her if something like that was to ever happen. Holy crap. I cannot stand for people to be on their cell phones in a vehicle. Not because, you know, your social life can wait or anything like that, but mostly because I ride motorcycles. I see people all the time going left of center, pulling out in front of people because they're on their cell phone. That shit'll kill me and any of you guys that ride. So if I ever catch my wife doing it, oh my God, she'll get an earful. But cover yourselves, guys. When you're out on these bikes riding, make sure you have coverage. We all make bad decisions from time to time. Just be prepared for it when something bad happens, you know? But that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm done with it. It really got under me the other night. And I wanted to throw that out there to, you know, factor in the cost of insurance when you're buying a motorcycle. If you don't, you're retarded. And political correctness be damned, you're retarded. But overall, I just want to say thank you to all you guys that are watching, commenting, subscribing, whether they're positive, negative. I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt from all you guys that, you know. I know one of my last videos about the whole, I wanted to see what you guys thought about the FBI deal. I mean, really, I could honestly care less about it. I just want to see some changes. You know, and someone made a few comments on there. It must have really gotten under their skin because he made a couple comments like an hour apart of each other. I thought it was kind of funny. They're still on there if you want to go read them. But, you know, I just want to say thanks to him and everyone else leaving comments, subscribing, watching these videos. Please go check out my website. I'm starting to write a couple blogs that fall along the lines of some of these how-to or instructional or advisory, I guess, what do you say, advisory videos. Trying to get just a little more recognition out there. I'm not doing this for the money. I do it because I enjoy it. I like helping you people. I like interacting. Most of all, the community amongst all you guys I've been talking to. You're outstanding individuals. You know, I enjoy exchanging comments, thoughts, ideas on forums and everything else with, you know, some of you that I keep in contact through those channels. But for all you new people that might watch this, please click the like and hit subscribe. It helps me out a little bit. Not monetarily, because honestly, YouTube, whether you think so or not, doesn't pay doesn't pay jack squat. But your likes and subscribes keep me motivated for putting content out, and I do appreciate it.